Hello, friends. Here we have the very first chapter of Flamingo, the last lesson. The last lesson is written by Alfonso Daudet, and this is set in Alsace, France. It explores the emotional connection between language and patriotism. Watch the video till the end because I will explain the story, themes, and exam points the examiner actually expects in your answer. The story, The Last Lesson, is not just a classroom story, it is about regret, love for one's mother, tongue, and the pain of losing freedom. Friend, as you know, the main character, main protagonist of the story is himself a narrator. He is a careless student who fears going to school because he has not prepared his lesson. On his way to school, Frank notices a crowd near the bulletin board. He senses that something serious has happened. When he enters the classroom, everything feels different. The room is silent, and villagers are sitting quietly at the back. Mr. Hamill, on the day, makes a big announcement, and it appears to be a very shocking news as French will no longer be taught in the classroom. This is their last French lesson. On that day, French realizes and suddenly regulates wasting his time. He realizes how precious his language and education truly are. M. Hamill explains that language is the soul of a nation. Protecting it means protecting identity and freedom. At the end, Mr. Hamill writes Viva la France on the board. He cannot speak. The class ends in painful silence. Now, have a look on the theme of the story. The chapter highlights regret after loss, patriotism, the power of language, and the importance of education. If we talk about the character, French grows from a careless child into a thoughtful learner. This is important. And this point should be always kept in mind. While M. Hamill becomes a symbol of national pride, remember the last lesson symbolizes loss of freedom and a language represents national identity. Key this is These are the key exam ideas. And overall, we can conclude that the message is very clear. Never take your language, education, or freedom for granted. Now, let's have a look on some of the important questions. And today, I shall give you the value points what will be required while writing the answer. The question is why has this been included in class 12 syllabus? Discuss with reference to the theme of language and identity. The value points to be included in this answer can be chapter highlights importance of mother tongue, Language is equal to culture, cultural identity. Loss of language is equal to loss of freedom. Encourages respect for one's heritage, builds emotional and national awareness, teaches students not to take education lightly. And in the end, you should write that the chapter builds a responsible citizen. The second question is, how does French represent modern students? Why is his transformation important for young learner? The value points you should or you need to write in your answers are: French ignores studies initially, takes school for granted, realizes values only after loss, mirrors today's careless attitude, transformation, teaches maturity, and encourages students to value learning. While writing answer, please ensure that all the value points what I have said should be included. Now, the third important question, what I feel, is explain how M. Hamel becomes a symbol of patriotism. Why is the lesson relevant to today's youth? The value points are: emotional attachment to language. The next, respect for nation through culture. The next, silent protest through teaching. Patriotism without violence inspires dignity and pride, teaches peaceful nationalism. Actually, love for nation begins with respect for culture, and the answer should be concluded with this line. The number four is, what educational message does the last lesson give to a student? Why is suitable for class 12 learners? Now, the value points are: value of education. You must write about discipline and responsibility. The next one should be included is time once lost cannot return, awareness before adulthood, and prepares students for real life maturity. It builds actually character and intellect. One more question, what I feel it would be good if you go through it. How does the story teach the pain of regret? Why is this lesson psychologically important for teenagers? Must include the points like: French regrets wasted time, regret triggers growth, emotional learning is stronger than punishment, teenagers relate to mistakes, and encourages self reflection. Be careful, must conclude the answer: learn before it is too late. Now, the another question is, discuss the last lesson as a story about freedom, responsibility, and identity. Why is it timeless? Should include the points like: language linked with freedom, responsibility of citizen, identity shaped by culture, universal message relevant across generation, timeless because human nature does not change. Today, I have tried my level best to touch almost all the domains of the very first chapter. It will help you prepare yourself in a proper way. So, while watching this, be careful and attentive to each and every words what has been said. Thank you very much.